on this warm Tuesday night, the first of a three-game series. The Padres hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks. And good evening, everyone. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, the Padres, well, could celebrate after that road trip 7-3. I mean, not many long trips like that do you come home so successfully and gaining 3 lengths on the San Francisco Giants. And now, for the first time, fans, the press, and the players are even talking playoffs.
Yeah, how about that East Coast bias? Because up until now, the Padres really haven't gotten a lot of love. There's a lot of guys in the lineup. It's not just one guy. It's just not one pitcher that is giving the San Diego Padres the love they well deserve because of what they've done up until this point of the season.
Well, the Padres have had great success at home against Arizona, winning all 6 games. But remember, the Diamondbacks took 2 out of 3 in Phoenix. The last time they met here on the home grounds, however, it was the home run ball that helped San Diego to win.
And the San Diego Padres are 12th in the National League in the home run category, but you put guys on, you put pitchers in the stretch, it puts pressure on the opposing pitcher. Adrian Gonzalez, Yorvik Torrealba, you have to hit the ball down the lines if you're not really a so-called power guy. And then Christian Orphy in the number 8 spot making some noise against these Diamondbacks. But Petco Park versus the Diamondbacks, that's a nice record, but this team fits it, Dick. I think they hit the ball on the line, they put together good at-bats, they draw a walk, and then they sneak them with the home run. That's how they score so many runs, I think, at home against these Arizona Diamondbacks.
So they've And we remind you, our closed captioning is brought to you by Corky's. Some pitchers throw heat. Corky's throws heat at termites. Find out about Corky's totally green heat treatment today. The first place Padres take the field. Well, Chris Denorfia should be featured. He continues to be the surprise story of this San Diego surprise season. And a look at our starting pitcher profile. Clayton Richard, brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. Richard with 4 consecutive wins in his last 5 starts. And in his last 2 outings, he's gone 12 2/3 innings, allowing only 3 runs.
Well, the one thing Clayton Richard really possesses, that good fastball, location of the fastball to the right-handed hitters down and in. But it's so good to see the guys back in their home whites. The great home record against this Arizona Diamondback team that is reeling this year. Time to make some hay at home because they made some serious hay on this last road trip.
A look at the Arizona Diamondback starting lineup. It's brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring. Take it home tonight. Now open in Lemon Grove. Stephen Drew has been moved to the top of the batting order. Then Justin Upton. Kelly Johnson dropped to the 3 spot. He's had a great year. Chris Young has been leading off. He's hitting cleanup. Adam LaRoche, Mark Reynolds, home run hitters all. Miguel Montero bats 7th. Ryan Roberts just called up from the AAA club in Reno in left field, hitting 8th, and Rodrigo Lopez on the mound for a team that has more hits, the pitching corps, than any National League team. Kirk Gibson, the interim Diamondbacks manager, had a nice chat with him before the game tonight, and he's hoping that this will become a permanent position. And he watches the first pitch of the game barrel in there for a called strike. Clayton Richard facing a .259 batter in Drew. He has 8 home runs. Breaking ball misses low and away. The Diamondbacks, though, in last place, 26 games behind San Diego, have had a good August. They're 11-10 and won 2 out of 3 against San Diego, as we mentioned, in Phoenix. Fly ball center field. Denorfia giving back some ground. Boy, in this warm night, that ball really carried. 390 foot out.
I was just going to say, one of the objectives for Clayton Richard and the Padres staff this series is to keep the ball in the ballpark. We know that the power of this Diamondback team is evident in that pitch on the inside part of the plate. I honestly thought the way Denorfia was going back, it had a chance, but that force field, flash look, warning track, and squeezes it for the first out.
Right fielder Justin Upton, young right-handed hitter, batting .268. Swings and grounds one sharply into right field. A couple of well-hit balls to greet Clayton Richard here in the first inning. We'll bring up second baseman Kelly Johnson.
Well, home runs, big key for the Diamondbacks, but a lot of strikeouts as well as Upton goes the other way. So what does that spell? Big swings from these Arizona Diamondbacks. That was a big swing off the bat of Upton.
5 different Arizona players have struck out 100 times or more, including Johnson 109 times. Good numbers, however, for Kelly Johnson. He leads the team in runs, hits, doubles, bases on balls, and 19 home runs.
He's just a complete player, isn't he? You know, there are guys in the league that you see quite a bit each and every day. Diamondbacks in the same division. Kelly Johnson's a good-looking player. He uses the whole field, and he can sneak up on you as well with that home run.
He announced his power the very first series of the season when the Padres opened in Arizona. Gets him on an off-speed slider, 1-1. Now, this 3-game series will conclude the head-to-head at Petco against Arizona. They have 3 more in a week in Arizona. Be the first team in the National League West. The Padres completing the season's head-to-head. Padres leading 8-4, winning all 6 here. Ground ball left side to Tejada. There's one, and that's all they'll get. As Upton ties up Hairston, the ball was not hit that hard enough, and Tejada had to range into the hole to get it. So Johnson and Upton change places.
Looked like a clean slide, and if Miguel Tejada can get to that baseball, He can field it. Watch the flip throw. Nice throw. It's kind of off to the left right field side of second base. This will give us a good look. But as a middle infielder, you have to anticipate the bad throw. Anybody can catch a good throw. At least they get the lead runner.
Center fielder Chris Young, the batter. Move from leading off to cleanup. With those numbers, that's why 22 home runs, 74 runs batted in. Since August 7th, Young, and that's a matter now of 2 weeks and a half. He has hit 5 home runs, 10 runs batted in, and 7 doubles. So he has been swinging a long bat. And against Clayton Richard, he's 4 for 6, 2 home runs. So the left-hander working carefully to Chris Young. It's 2-1.
Be interesting to see if Clayton Richard pitches Young away and give him right field. I mean, you miss middle into this guy, he's going to yank it out of the ballpark, any ballpark.
Outside, 3-1.
And I think that's what Clayton's trying to do here. Soft stuff away, hard stuff away. Give him center field and right center field.
2 out with Kelly Johnson at first base. Ball 4. Well, the Diamondbacks with a chance here in the opening inning. They have runners at first and second with 2 out. Adam LaRoche, left-handed hitting first baseman, due up.
I think that pitch selection may have entered into the mind of Torrealba and Clayton with the left-hander coming up now, force at any base.
LaRoche, he too here in August has swung a hot bat. In fact, he's number 2 in the majors in total bases in the month of August, 55. And not only hitting consistently, but hitting with power. Outside.
Some guys' bats have a tendency to slow down after the All-Star break. Well, LaRoche, after the All-Star break, hitting .311.
Chop foul. If he keeps it going, third baseman Mark Reynolds is next. We mentioned 5 different D-backs have struck out 100 times. Reynolds 170, Upton 142, LaRoche 128, Johnson 109, and Chris Young 107 times. But that's the trade-off. They'll swing and miss hard and strike out, but when they connect, they can score a handful of runs on one swing, and that's what LaRoche is thinking here. 1-2. Torrealba out to talk with the left-hander.
You don't want to get crossed up in this situation. You have second and third. That would take the force at any base away.
And this is where the battery of Richard and Torrealba thinking strikeout. They sit on the advantage. 1-2. Keep it down, and he does. The ball fouled at the plate.
Got to be careful that pitch down and in. Lefties have a tendency to just drop the head of that bat down and in and put a hurting on you. Let's take a look at the last pitch. Torrealba set up away. He wants it down, and look at, he missed down and in. That Clayton may have gotten away with one there.
2 on, 2 out. And the 1-2 pitch.
Got to get it out there. 1-2. Even if he misses down and away, it's still 2-2. Still 2 strikes on LaRoche. You'd rather miss down and away rather than down and in, because he just misses location again back-to-back times.
Five and 3, Richard's lifetime record here at Petco.
There you go.
Got him. Fastball on the outside corner. In the first, the D-backs, no runs, a hit, leave 2. Coming up the bottom of the first, Jerry Hairston, Miguel Tejada, Adrian Gonzalez. in America's finest city. And our SAP telecast brought to you by Carl's Jr. It's a Philly cheesesteak on a burger. The Philly cheesesteak burger at Carl's Jr. Rodrigo Lopez, 6'1", 185 pounds, just 24. And he lays a strike down the middle to Jerry Hairston. Lopez's starting pitcher profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers. 5-11, a 4.94. The big number is not on there, and that is most home runs allowed in the National League, 30.
And by those numbers, you saw the ERA, and you also saw more hits than innings pitched, but low walks. So that means you're going to get something to hit. He does not light up the radar gun. His fastball is only up there about 91, 92.
Hairston takes away 2-1. Hairston did not play the 3 games of the Milwaukee series. He had migraine headaches, and that shelved him from action. And now with David Eckstein back, a chance to maneuver, use Hairston at more positions than just second and short. In fact, we might see him occasionally in the outfield now. And third, if they want to give Chase Headley a rest. But don't take Headley out now. He's the hottest of the Padre hitters.
It's a great luxury to have, isn't it? Jerry Hairston, who was labeled the super sub going into this year, you know, plug him all around, but he's done a fine job in the infield when David Eckstein was shelved.
2-2. And as we said in Milwaukee, count him up, folks. When he's up there, you're going to see some foul balls.
They're working double time at the Rawlings Baseball Factory when this guy comes up to the plate.
Those stitchers are on duty, man. Get in here and stitch up some more cowhide. I guess it is now, not horsehide. Line down the right field line, foul again.
Well, you can never stop learning, right, Dick?
Got to study.
Chris Denorfia checking over the pitchers, particularly Rodrigo Lopez, getting it set in his mind, maybe some tendencies, what his repertoire is.
How he pitched to him last time.
He throws a fastball, slider, a change, and a curveball, Rodrigo Lopez.
Ripped to third and by Reynolds into the left field corner. He fouled off a couple, got one he liked, pulls it sharply into the left field corner, and Hairston leads off with a double.
Get to him and get to him early. It's a hanging breaking ball. Middle in. He drops the head just past the diving Reynolds. And Jerry Hairston, that'll make the shin splints, that'll make the migraines go away. 13th double for Jerry.
Brings up Miguel Tejada with Adrian Gonzalez moving into the on-deck circle as the Padres attempt to strike first here in the opener of this homestand. 3 with Arizona, then 3 over the weekend with the high-powered Phillies. Hope you've made ticket plans. Broken bat. Right back to the pitcher Lopez, and that's an easy 1-3 putout. He snapped the bat of Tejada. Let's look at the Padres starting lineup, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Hairston, Tejada, 450 average against Lopez, but he sawed him off the first time up tonight. Then Gonzalez steps in now. Ludwig cleanup. Chase Headley, Jorge Torrealba. Will Venable hit 7th, Chris Denorfia 8th, and Richard on the mound batting 9th. Gonzalez, 3 points under 300, the leading batting average, also leads in almost every offensive category. That ball hit well to left field, but not deep enough. Ryan Roberts is out there, just called up from Reno to collect the second out. And because so many of Gonzalez's home runs are in that direction, you could hear the crowd right off the bat feeling, that might be gone. Ludwig then, he'll have to pick up Hairston with 2 out.
He just got it down by the end of the bat, just a little bit beyond that sweet spot. Let's take a look. Looks like a pitch that was on the inside part of the plate. Didn't get his hands through. Just didn't get that extension that we know Adrian really does well to take the ball out of the yard the opposite way.
Yeah, that was a good look at that. Didn't quite get through the pitch. Ludwig fouls it back. Hitting .272 combined, St. Louis and with the Padres. Had a key 2-run double in Sunday's win, 7-3 at Milwaukee. He and Tejada with 2-run doubles. Upstairs, 1-1. Hard to believe, only 39 games to go.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
That ball hit well to left center field, but in the park. Chris Young is out there. And the inning is over. So a leadoff double by Hairston, but he dies at second after one here at Petco. No score. Petco, top of the second. Mark Reynolds, Miguel Montero, and Ryan Roberts do for the D-backs. Reynolds a .214 average, but leads in home runs. Tremendous power. He has 27 to lead Arizona. But as we mentioned earlier, he's also struck out 170 times. Richard jumps ahead 0-2. Little extra on the fastball, driving him off the plate.
By design. Power hitters have a tendency to dive to try to cover that outside part of the plate. Might be a different story now for Mark Reynolds, though, since he was beamed in the head.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and that's the second strikeout for Clayton Richard. Let's check the Padres defense tonight. It's brought to you by Easy Turf, synthetic lawns and putting greens. The best looking synthetic grass is now more affordable. Just call 866-EASY Turf. Headley, Tejada, Jerry Hairston, Gonzalez, Venable in left, and Orpheus center, Ludwig in right. Torrealba behind the plate for the left-hander. Clayton Richard. Miguel Montero, a .290 average for the catcher. Another good bat in that Arizona lineup. Slider for a strike.
Too high. You know, the last pitch Clayton threw in the first inning to strike out LaRoche was a fastball down and away to the left-hander. Perfect pitch. If he could locate that.
There's a looper down the left field side, foul.
If he can locate that all night, he is going to have a great night on that hill out there. He also threw a good pitch to Reynolds for the strikeout. So everything works off the fastball. Clayton's not overpowering, but yet he still is firm enough to where he can get the fastball by these Arizona Diamondback hitters.
Swung on and missed, strike three. That's three in a row. LaRoche to end the first, and Reynolds and Montero fan to open the second.
Now, as a hitter with 2 strikes, you have to protect, right? And Montero goes after the high fastball. Big swing. Doesn't look like a 2-strike swing to me. And Clayton Richard takes advantage of it.
Ryan Roberts, the left fielder, he's been up just 17 times with 3 hits. And he lines this one to left field, but over to make the play is Venable. Will Venable with a diving catch. Crack of the bat. Venable read it and sprinted into the gap and took extra bases away from Ryan Roberts. That Venable catch, and don't miss the East Village Evolution Padres tailgate on Friday, August 27th. This Friday, 4:30 to 7 o'clock at night. It's free and it's open to fans 21 and over. Enjoy beer, games, food, music, and more, all before your Padres take on the Phillies at 7:05. The party will be on J Street between 7th and 9th. Come on out, have a good time before the ball game.
See that boat out there? That's Jane Mitchell's yacht coming into Coronado after going out for a little sea cruise.
That's right. One-on-one. Chase Headley. How about his road trip? 368 with a couple of home runs, 10 runs batted in. Raising his average to 278. Hits that one hard to left center field. It's up the gap and rolls all the way to the wall. Headley to second base, and he will pull up there with a ringing double. So Hairston leads off the first inning with a sharp ground ball double into the left field corner, and Headley nails this pitch for a double to lead off the second.
He does a great job of taking that ball that's down and away, taking it the opposite way, and Chase Headley wants to eat fresh. He wants one of those blazing buffalo chicken sandwiches. That sandwich is hot, and Chase Headley is hot. As Adrian talking with hitting coach Randy Reddy. I love to see that. Always talking on the bench, going to school, learning something.
Obviously going through his swing and all, and Reddy saying, yeah, you got it. That's right. Little things. 27th double, as you saw for Headley. That leads the Padres. Yorvi Torrealba scoring. Whether that's just to see what the infield might do, draw in the corners, get a little more hitting room, we'll see.
Create a little movement on that infield.
Late on that swing.
Yeah, you can see how he was trying to inside out that ball and hit it to the right side. Lopez does have a good tailing fastball. Down and in to the righties. He will try to utilize that to get a grounder.
Bunts in the air, and the pitcher able to handle it. Lopez kind of shielding the play from this runner at second base, Headley, hoping he might wander away. And here comes Will Venable, and let's go back to how he closed out the top half of the inning with a great break on the ball hit by Ryan Roberts.
Wow, I thought that ball was taking it for the outfield fence. That ball hooking a little bit, and in the dugout. Dick, what's going on here?
This has become a new tradition. Wade LeBlanc with the water, and Venable taking his punishment. Cooled him off. He's hot. You got to cool him off down there. That's great. Now Venable might get a double dose as Wade LeBlanc can load up the water bucket if he ties it into one here and gives the Padres the lead.
Well, you know those starting pitchers, all that time on their hands, right? All the tomfoolery and ballyhoo, having fun in that dugout. Look at, they're all sitting together. Latos, Garland, LeBlanc. It's quite a trifecta.
It is indeed. Latos, they're going to move him down the line in the rotation. He normally would have been the pitcher tomorrow. He's not going to start till Friday night against the Phils. That ball hit well to right field. Get the water ready, folks. Touch them all. The Padres lead at 2-0 on Venable's 11th home run of the season. Steal an extra base hit with their defense and then power the Padres into the lead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Professor, but I think you just called this home run. A breaking ball. Venable goes down and gets it, and that's about 3 rows up, and that is no cheapie. An off-speed pitch, and it shows the strength of Will Venable. Nice going, kid. Put a notch in that guy, Shillelagh, will you?
I guess no water treatment. You only get that on the defensive plays. Denorfia, the batter, takes a strike.
And there's another home run you were talking about, Dick, off of Rodrigo Lopez.
31st he's given up this year, more than any National League pitcher. You could hear plate umpire Paul Nart say he did. He went around. Nice feature article in the UT today. Bill Center on Denorfia.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, and it's so true that, and we've been talking about it, that he's the real feel-good story, and that some reporter or scout back in the Midwest said, you know, and this team that no one seems to know much about, Denorfia is the perfect poster face for it. There's the wily Bill Center. And one of the items that Bill Center was able to draw out of Denorfia was the fact that Dave Roberts in spring training took Denorfia aside and said, you know, I didn't really start hitting till I was 30. You are about to turn 30. This is your time.
And remember what he also said in the article regarding Will Venable. He was watching Will Venable hit, and he said, hey, and it sounds so easy just to stay back. Will Venable was learning how to stay back and wait for a pitch to come to him rather than jumping out at it, and Denorfia took note of that.
Ground ball sharply, but right at the shortstop Drew. Across to LaRoche for the out. And a look now at the D-backs defense. It's brought to you tonight by Mercedes-Benz. Reynolds and Drew on the left side. Johnson and LaRoche at second and first with Robertson left. Young in center. Upton, the right fielder. Montero behind the plate. handling the offerings of Rodrigo Lopez, who now pitches to Clayton Richard. In there for a strike. Richard 8 base hits this year and 5 runs batted in. Wild swing at a curveball. We mentioned the D-backs pitching group has 50 hits. That leads to the National League. Milwaukee is second with 47, and the Padres 42.
Hey, Rodrigo Lopez is pitching to Clayton Richard like he's Kirk Gibson. He's throwing the left-handed pitcher some hammers there. Back-to-back curveballs.
Lifted, and that'll be playable. Drew angling from his shortstop position. A collide with the left fielder Roberts, but Drew able to hang on, and the inning is over. But Will Venable, both ends of the spectacular tonight, cooled him down after the defense and then heat him up for a 2-run home run. It's time to complete your 2010 Padres bobblehead set. This Saturday, it's a 1:10 start time now. Padres and the Phillies. The first 25,000 fans will receive an Everett Cabrera bobblehead presented by Ashford University. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com.
That's Jane Mitchell's backup boat. She can't bring
dinghy,
that, She can't bring that big rig into the bay, so when she needs to get around the bay, she gets in that thing.
Well, you got to get to shore. You know, you just can't stay out there only. So Clayton Richards staked to a 2-0 lead as we go to the top of the third. Rodrigo Lopez, the pitcher, leads off and quickly falls behind 2 strikes. Lopez 52 at bats, only 3 hits. Spirit of the 49er there. Strike 3, and that's number 4 for Clayton Richard. Tomorrow night, 7:05 start. Wade LeBlanc against Joe Saunders, a battle of left-handers. Saunders, the former Angel, 7-13 on the season, 1-3 as a D-back. LeBlanc trying to pick up his 8th win tomorrow night. Stephen Drew fly deep to center field his first time.
You know, Dick, when you talk about the starting rotation of the San Diego Padre team, the W is for the Padres. We all realize that, and that's what it's all about.
Down under the glove of Richard, but Tejada backing him up and throws out Drew. Well positioned, the shortstop of the Padres.
Well, if Tejada can get to it, he can glove it and throw it in a great pitch by Clayton Richard. He's played that way. He's pitched that way and played that way for 2 quick outs.
Justin Upton has the only Diamondback hit. Comes up.
I was going to mention that. Wouldn't it be nice for Wade LeBlanc to get into double figures in the W column, because all 4 other guys, Correa, Garland, Latos, Richard, 10 wins or more for the rotation. That's something to say about this rotation.
Well, they well could be the first team in the major leagues to have 5 starters with 10 wins. And then you've got Heath Bell out there with 5 wins, 5-0. Darren Bowlesley's classroom filled with some A pitchers. And the professor has done a terrific job, and more being recognized around baseball as one of the top pitching coaches and managerial prospect. 3-0 to Drew, or to Justin Upton, with Drew having grounded out. Upton's single was sharply struck to right field in the first inning. Former Wolverine quarterback. Upton stayed there, statue like, as if to await the call of strike 2, but it is a walk, the second allowed by Richard. Brings up Kelly Johnson, safe on a fielder's choice his first time. Riding low and away.
Clayton using an abbreviated slide step on that last pitch. Remember, he'll use that kick with his move over to first base. He'll use the high leg kick. Even if you're not going to go over to first base, just mixing it up might hold that runner close.
Falls behind 2-0 to Johnson. Upton with 14 steals, one behind Chris Young, the leader of the D-backs. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at first. Ooh, they had him leaning there, and a late fall back to the bag.
I love the move of Clayton Richard. Leg kick, he'll look towards the plate and then back to first base.
And there's the other move, a little more short knee lift, and then he goes. He's not quite sure what he's going to do.
He can do it all. High kick, low kick, quick kick. There it is.
Strike 2.
I'm surprised. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Diamondback hitters. Are guys going to purposely call time and get settled in the box and then put time back into place so Clayton Richard would slow down his game a little bit? Right now, it seems like the pace of Clayton Richard is at his pace, which is a good thing.
That one lined to left, and that'll fall in front of Venable. Upton moves up to second, so 2 on with 2 out again here in the third.
Yeah, he's good. What a nice looking swing.
Chris Young walked his first time.
This is why Kelly Johnson is the type of hitter that he is. That ball is up, it is away, and he stays on it nicely and spanks it that way. Adjusts his swing accordingly to where he can just get the bat head out there rather than coming from his shoes.
So with 2 out, Upton walks, and Johnson singles sharply to left. And Chris Young with 22 homers steps in. Strike. Good movement on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know, once in a while, the left-hander Richard, he'll get a little bit of run on that fastball, almost like a cutter. Not a true cutter, but just out in front, getting through that baseball and get that rotation where it goes into the right-handed hitter.
That one sails back into the second deck. Richard jumps ahead 2 strikes. Upton off second. Johnson the tying run at first here in the third. Foul back. Well, we always like to look at the calendar and note significant events. Well, today, Kevin Correa, happy birthday, number 30 for Kevin.
Nice. Happy birthday, Kevin. Oh, right-hander.
Celebrates the same birth date as Cal Ripken and Mike Shanahan, the coach of the Redskins. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A big strikeout for Clayton Richard, his 5th of the game, leaving 2 more Diamondbacks stranded. And we're at the middle of the 3rd inning at Petco Park with the Padres in front, 2-0. For 7 days a week by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. And it's brought to you by Mass Mutual, a company owned by its policyholders. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, pleased you've joined us here on Channel 4 San Diego, the first of this 6-game homestand. 16 of the next 19 games played right here. So plenty of good seats available and some great competition coming in. Philadelphia on the weekend. Jerry Hairston with a double to left field his first time up. Padres 14-7 in the month of August. Just a win or two away from securing another winning month. Only the Yankees can make that claim that they've had a winning record not only every month of this year, but the last 2 months of last year. In there, 2-1.
You know, the one thing that it's amazing, and I know you'll agree with me, is that, and the record shows it, home, road, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to this team. It's unbelievable, but it's believable, if you know what I mean.
They're able to manage to play, and it's a cliche, one at a time, and that's what they do. That one hit sharply to center, but Chris Young, he can cover a lot of territory. Made that look easy, but Hairston hit it on the button.
Hey, we've got a loyal Channel 4 watcher watching tonight. Happy birthday to Maury Osuna. She loves Dick Enberg. Just is crazy about him.
Oh, has consummate good taste, Mary, yeah.
So, Maury, happy birthday. Appreciate it. Watching the old Channel 4 and watching your Padres have a great year.
Miguel Tejada. He had his bat snapped on his first time up. Little roller back to the mound. Lopez, certainly familiar to the city of San Diego. He was signed as a free agent by the Padres 15 years ago. And then came up to the big leagues with the Padres in 2000 for his first major league duty, and then pitched in Baltimore 5 years, Colorado, the Phils, now Arizona.
He's had a nice little career.
Tejada almost stepped into that fastball.
Well, remember the fastball that he got sawed off with? That was down by his knuckles his first time up. So Lopez trying to locate that two-seamer in again.
Line to right, base hit. A big league base hit going the other way for Tejada.
How about Tejada? He'll get sawed off one at-bat, and then the next at-bat he'll do just this. Take this pitch at the hanging breaking ball and take it the other way with some serious authority. That's a slider from Lopez. He stays on it. See him shorten up. And spanks his safety to right.
Adrian Gonzalez flied to left his first at bat. .25 home runs, 79 runs batted in, 73 runs scored, 136 hits, all leading the team. Modest 5-game hitting streak.
Looks like you got away with one there.
Arizona does not deploy the big shift with a runner at first base. They're fairly orthodox, looking for a double play. Giants are off to a good start, 4-0 against the Reds tonight after a couple of innings. Pulled foul.
Boy, the Giants put a hurting on those Red Legs yesterday, huh? Man.
17 hits.
Yep.
St. Louis lost tonight in Pittsburgh, so the Reds watching that scoreboard as well. But fall behind 4-0 early. Dodgers lead in Milwaukee in the 8th, 5-3. Base hit to right. Tejada will hold as right fielder Upton with a big arm gets it in quickly. So a couple of sharp singles to right field. Tejada and Gonzalez with one out after Hairston sizzled one to center field, but right to the glove of Young.
So the Padres playing a little station-to-station baseball here. Adrian getting extended and pulling that fastball to right field. Now the beauty of the Padres lineup, Gonzalez is a threat. Well, now Ludwig is a threat as well with a runner in scoring position.
They're 1-2 in the National League. Batting average with runners in scoring position. Ludwig at .402. Chance to add to that 2-0 advantage here in the bottom of the third. Ludwig flied out to left center field. His first at bat. Bounces in, ball one. Foul. Sounded like it got somebody's knee guards, shin guards.
Well, that'll happen quite a bit when Rodrigo Lopez has that two-seamer working. You'll have some guys top that baseball. Let's take a look. Ooh, left shin guard of Miguel Montero.
Pulled to third. Reynolds, a good play on the short hop, and they turn the double play around the horn. 5-4-3. Lopez gets out of trouble thanks to the defense. Double play. And Coronado Bridge in high definition, brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Clayton Richard to the fourth inning. 2-0 Padres. LaRoche, Reynolds, and Montero to bat for the D-backs. LaRoche struck out, took a third strike in the first inning with runners at first and second.
Ooh, pretty good pitch. Not getting a low call from Paul Nart tonight on that breaking ball.
Had a nice chat, as I said, with the interim skipper, Kirk Gibson, who hopes that he'll be signed long term, and he was obviously very complimentary of Buddy Black. He said, you know, they've given Buddy Black a chance. 2-2. You know, to develop the team that you're seeing now as a first place Padre team. I mean, there might have been a time that, you know, last year, 2 years ago, where they're not doing so well, you give up on the manager. They've allowed Buddy to be what he is and build what has happened this year. And of course, Black has been rewarded. A high fly ball to deep right center. That's Denorfia out there. Woo! A step from the screen. A long out off the bat of LaRoche. And he hopes that the improved play of the D-backs, as I mentioned, they're 11-10 here in August, will encourage ownership to sign him on more long term.
You know what I would like to see, and this is just being a baseball fan. Kirk Gibson, you know, he was a great player in his day. He knows the game of baseball. He was bench coach. Rather than recycling somebody, I think a guy of his caliber has the credentials to try to, like you said, take this team for a full year or 2 years and see what he can do with it. Rather than recycling somebody who's been managing for 15, 20 years.
Mark Reynolds, that one sails down the right field corner, and that's just foul. That was close to the yellow pole there. Almost scraped some paint.
Yeah, I was thinking that ball was going to be trouble. Ooh, just foul, about maybe 12 feet or so.
He's so strong that that just looked like a little fly ball off his bat, and it just didn't stop flying until it hit the bleachers down by the 322 marker. Struck out his first time. Gibson was quick to point out that while his team continues to score a lot of runs and hit a lot of home runs, that he's excited about the improved starting pitching. He's got a couple of young pitchers that have really worked well here since the start of July. And Reynolds with a walk, his 65th of the year. He leads the team, and that's the third from Clayton Richard. You know, we're not going to see Barry Enright, who is 4-2 with a 2.73 ERA. Daniel Hudson was a great pickup. He's 3-1, 1.72. Those two are missing this series, but he feels they can build the rotation around those two young arms. Montero struck out first time.
Okay, now's one of those times where maybe Clayton Richard needs to slow it down just a tad. He's got a runner on base. Kind of hit a little bit of a wild streak here. The last couple baseballs, 2 out of the last 3 have been in the dirt. See if he can rebound here and paint a strike to even the count.
Grounded to third. Headley, Hairston, Gonzalez, double play. Turnabout is fair play. The D-backs turn 2 in the top half of the inning, and the Padres answer 6-4-3. We go to the last of the fourth, 2-0 for the home side. San Diego. As we go to the last of the fourth inning with this comparison, it's brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. Chase Headley, in the months of June and July, 50 games, logged 16 RBIs. How about August? 21 games, he has 16 runs batted in. And he led off the second inning with a double and scored on Venable's solid home run into the right field bleachers. And that's the scoring, 2-0. What was pleasing to the Padres on the road trip was that Headley, for the first time this year for an extended period, swung the bat so well right-handed, where he had struggled much of the year. He's been a 300 hitter from the left side all season long. Right-handed, suffering under 200, but his home run in Milwaukee right-handed on Sunday. He'll get a chance to bat right-handed tomorrow. Starter Joe Saunders is a lefty for Arizona. Pretty good pitch.
Well, Chase Headley's always had a good eye. He had a good eye in the minor leagues, and he's seen the ball extremely well right now during this stretch. And hitting mistakes as well.
Headley, Torrealba, and Venable here in the fourth. 2-0 San Diego. Fly ball left field, and Roberts plenty of room for the first out. Brings up Yorvi Torrealba. Tried to sacrifice with Headley at second base, no one out the last time, but popped up his bunt, caught by the pitcher Lopez. Tight strike zone, Paul Nart. We've been seeing more and more of that. I wonder if the umpiring
the league's cracking down on them.
said, hey, let's help out the pitchers, or the hitters rather. There's the strike, 1-1. Significant day in history, and I know you're a history buff. I'll let you come up with the answer here. Fouled at the plate. The year 79 AD.
Oh, that's right in my wheelhouse. Something
you'll erupt with an answer.
Something to do about a volcano?
You're getting lava warm. Punch foul, 1-2.
Well, you want me to let you elaborate on it?
Well, it was
is it over in Europe?
Eruption, yes, that wiped out a city that has become famous.
Pompeii,
yes,
Vesuvius.
That was 79 AD.
Really?
This date, this exact date.
Wow.
Padres like to come up with a little eruption of their own, but that won't get the job done. A ground ball to LaRoche for the second out. And that'll bring up the star of the night thus far, Will Venable.
I think a very a prominent character in that eruption perished. Pliny the Elder? Pliny the Elder, yeah. He perished in that. He was best known for his seminal work, Naturalis Historia, the oldest known encyclopedia. He perished in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius.
In that great tragedy, there was so much in tragedy saved because people were literally found in the exact position,
right,
at a table or having their dinner or whatever time it was.
Wow.
And preserved.
In fact, I think all Roman baseball games were canceled because of that eruption. They had to make a double headers. Vesuvius had to
the ultimate postponement.
Yeah.
2-1. Venable.
That is quite amazing, though. Have you ever been over there?
I have not. I've not gone to Pompeii. I'd like to do that someday. Been to Italy, many parts of Italy. I've been to Sicily. 3-1 as he works carefully to Venable after being touched up for that home run back in the second inning.
I'm guessing Lopez is going to try to pitch Will Venable up the ladder if he gives him something to hit. Remember that pitch? It was a breaking ball down around ankle high that he put out of the ballpark.
He walked him. And for Lopez, that's a rarity. He doesn't walk many. Brings up Chris Denorfia with 2 out, and Venable a threat to steal, leading the team in stolen bases this year with 24. DeNorfia grounded to short his first time up. Venable will bear watching here. What's the perfect situation for him to try to steal? 2 out. Number 8 hitter up.
I think Lopez is thinking right along with you. See, the long set also drives runners nuts. I mean, think of it as a hitter. You're concentrating, you're trying to get in your groove, and the pitcher sets. You might get a little anxious. It's a pretty big lead right there. Is that 3 in a row over there to first base?
That's 3.
He's got a 3-0 count over at the bag, and still no pitch thrown to Chris DeNorfia at the plate.
That ball hit well to left field, way back, and DeNorfia will touch them all, upper deck. Number 9 for the Padre outfielder as he blasts that one into the second deck. And it's a 4-0 Padre lead on a pair of 2-run home runs. Vesuvius and Petco, DeNorfia and Venable.
And we're going to have to wait till the ashes clear after Dino is all over that high 2-seamer. Put a notch in that man's shillelagh as well. Wow. Look at him get on this ball. Up and in and out of here.
He has amazing power. I mean, this is where the big boys travel up there. Richard fouls that one off to the left. Count 2 strikes on him.
Top tank. That's not easy going up there now.
Batting practice, you don't see many hit up there. So Venable is 11th tonight with a man on, and DeNorfia his 9th, and the bottom of the batting order. Swung on and missed, but that's okay. Clayton Richard goes back to work in the top of the 5th inning, staked to a 4-0 lead. First Venable, and then DeNorfia launches number 9, 4-0 San Diego.
From America's finest city, mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lampert Construction. Home remodeling to fit your needs and your budget with the Murray Lampert Construction design, build package. Visit MurrayLampert.com. Mr. Enberg?
All right, Mark Grant. Chris DeNorfia in center, and left fielder Will Venable collaborating on that last inning. A walk to Venable and the home run to DeNorfia for the 4-0 lead. And now Arizona in the top of the 5th brings up Roberts, the pitcher spot, and Stephen Drew. 2-1.
How about the pop from the corner outfielders tonight? Very nice.
Venable also saving an extra base hit, robbing the man at the plate here. Roberts have an extra base hit with his diving catch in left center in the 2nd inning.
I should say center fielder, left fielder. Still waiting for Ludwig to hit one out tonight.
Could be.
I stand corrected.
Full count. Don't want to walk that leadoff man now that you have that 4-run cushion.
There you go.
Foul tip, strike 3. Clayton Richard with his 6th strikeout tonight.
He just challenged him with a fastball. 4-0 lead. Good control on that fastball away. Nicely done after working the count full, and Roberts is behind that heater.
So the pitcher Lopez will bat. He struck out the first time. Looks at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike.
See Rodrigo Lopez trying to slow down Clayton Richard. See that? Calling time.
Out of play. Off the facing of the 3rd deck, and Karam's down below. Got to keep your eyes on the ball. You can do your reading in between innings. That one slammed into the facing just below that woman.
It's good to be home, huh, Professor?
Yeah, that's right. Well, sometimes those fans from Rancho Santa Fe, because they can't get our Channel 4 San Diego telecasts out there, you know, they don't know that you're supposed to keep your eye on the ball. That can come up there and get you.
And I always tell everybody, if you're going to come to the ball yard, bring your glove. Bring that
Or
Wilson.
have your valet at Rancho Santa Fe. Your valet could bring the glove and make the catch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Lopez goes down for the 2nd time. 7 strikeouts. Big night of K's for Clayton Richard. Well, that's been true to pattern. On one hand, Arizona, a team that strikes out aplenty, and 7 strikeouts for Richard. And Lopez, a pitcher that gives up more home runs than any National League pitcher, and 2 more tonight. What's Richard's high strikeout this season?
10 against the Colorado Rockies back on June 30th.
Stephen Drew, the batter. Too low, ball 1. He is fly deep to center and grounded to short. That one's at the knees. 1-1. 72 pitches now for Richard as we're 2 outs into the 5th inning.
See, that's the positive negative about strikeouts. I mean, it's nice to strike guys out, but the pitch total goes up.
And that's why the veteran pitchers like John Garland say, hey, I don't want strikeouts. Hit the ball. Don't hit it hard. 3-1 to Drew. Richard has walked 3, struck out 6, 7 now. Chop to third. Headley can't make the play. It bounces into shallow left center. So Drew will turn. Could be a play. He's in there head first with a double. That was an alert play by Drew. He saw the ball go out Headley, and it carried right in a spot where 4 fielders couldn't get there in time, and he has an unusual double.
Well, anytime the third baseman can try to get to the baseball, you try to get to it. The short hop gets to the Padres, gets to Chase Headley, and falls right away, goes away from Miguel Tejada. Everybody was hustling after it. Look at Miguel. And then you've got Denorfia coming in. You got Venable coming in. But as you mentioned, Dick, as soon as that ball was hit, Drew was off and running. He saw that nobody was going to get to that baseball, and he takes the extra base.
Justin Upton has a single and a walk tonight.
That's reminiscent of that play Saturday in San Francisco, and Buster Posey hit that ball up the middle. Remember the extra inning game, and that came around to be the winning run off of Tim Stauffer. That was one of the games that we did not televise. It was a Fox game.
Speaking of Fox, they'll be here on Saturday at Petco, and we'll be televising on their network. So Channel 4 San Diego will be quiet, but we invite you to follow the action. Colleagues from Fox starting to recognize that this team out in San Diego is pretty good. 94 misses. 1-1 to Upton. 17 home runs for Upton.
How you doing? Kids happy?
Kind of. Two and one. Kelly Johnson on deck. 4-0 Padres here in the fifth. It's been a night of 2-out trouble for Clayton Richard, getting the first two men out and then having to pitch out of some difficulty. 3-1. First inning had 2 on with 2 outs, struck out LaRoche. He had 2 on in the third inning, struck out Chris Young with 2 out. Got a double play after walking a man in the last inning. And he walks Upton, and that brings up Kelly Johnson. Flirting with trouble as he walks his fourth man, and that brings up a batter that with one swing can make this a 1-run game.
Well, I mentioned it earlier. Sometimes Clayton Richard has a tendency to rush. You rush with the body, your arm drags, the elbow drags, you work underneath it, and a lot of the pitches from the lefty are up and away to the right-handed hitter.
Dodgers have won at Milwaukee 5-3, and Colorado has won tonight as well. Giants have their lead cut in half, 4-2 Cincinnati in the bottom of the fourth inning. Colorado beating the Braves 5-2. There's a look at the National League West action. The other two teams playing right here. One and one to Kelly Johnson. Safe on a fielder's choice and line to single to left. Former Atlanta Brave, last 10 years in their organization. Matt Latos hustling out of the dugout to give a fan a souvenir.
He just made a fan for life, huh?
He's going to make a lot of fans for life. Keep this young man healthy. Give him a little more rest this week. Would have been pitching tomorrow. Out of play by Johnson. So if you're a Latos fan, want to see him pitch next, it'll be on Friday night, the opening of a 3-game series with the Phils. And he'll go against Roy Oswalt.
Nice.
That'll be an interesting pitching night. 1-2 to Johnson. Lifted to left. Room out there for Venable. And that's it for the fifth inning for Arizona. No runs, a hit. They leave 2 more. Middle of the fifth inning. The Padres 4, the D-backs nothing. And it's time now for our True Baseball Stories, brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers agent, call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com. Because ready feels good. 1993, 17 years ago, the Padres came out a swinging first inning against the Cardinals, scoring 13 runs in a 17-4 win.
Wow.
Against St. Louis.
16 Padres stepped to the plate that inning.
That's a mini game.
Oh.
Hairston, a double and a line out to center. Too low. Hairston, Tejada, Gonzalez, top of the order here in the last of the fifth inning. Off the corner.
By the way, that inning you saw, Padres St. Louis,
right?
I was not pitching for the Cardinals that inning. Just to make it
he
clear.
Just wanted to. .88 on the fastball, 2-1.
Well, the starters for the Diamondbacks, the last 8 games, they've been doing a decent job. Collectively, 3.5 ERA. They've been averaging 6 1/3 innings pitched. That's not bad, but the bullpen is always a big case with this Diamondback team. They're not doing well this year.
2-2. They're a little bit better than the last time we saw them here at Petco, but their bullpen ERA is the worst in the majors, 6.06.
Yeah.
Cubs are second worst, and they're 5.24. Almost a run less per game. Full count. Now wait a minute. Jerry Hairston's up there. 5 pitches have been delivered. 3-2 the count.
No foul balls,
and he hasn't fouled off a pitch.
I guarantee the next pitch is going to be a foul ball. Got to place a buck on it.
I don't want to wager. That's a lot of money now. But I think you're right. No. Loops went out into shallow right center, and Johnson is out there to make the catch. A rare time at bat where he didn't foul off a pitch. Miguel Tejada is 1 for 2, a single to right field his last time up. Pulled foul. It's an interesting time. The trading deadline is gone, and beginning August 1st, now teams are putting players on the waiver wire to see if anyone's interested. How about Johnny Damon on the waiver wire? And the Boston Red Sox claimed him.
Yep.
And Damon's trying to figure out whether or not it makes sense. He says he wants to stay in Detroit. He has a no trade clause. 1-1. Brad Hopp, released by the Rockies, the right fielder, and no one has made any move on him. He certainly used to be a valued property.
Yeah, I think I saw something with Johnny Damon prior to the game on ESPN where he has decided to stay in Detroit.
Out of play.
Your hometown team.
The Tigers.
The Tigers.
The Bengals. The Michigan Tigers. All the way up to Escanaba. Of course, Michigan are down in the dugout. Skipper, interim skipper of the Diamondbacks. Kirk Gibson. Michigan State Spartan, star in football and baseball. And quite an adventure. He has his pilot's license, and he flies those amphibious planes up in the lakes of Michigan. He said he once snowmobiled the entire length of the Upper Peninsula. Just a little ride.
Yeah.
It's
adventurous type of guy.
I think over 1,000 miles. Line to left center field. That one hit on the nose, and that's going to go to the wall. And Tejada is going to go into second base with a ringing double. Ball gets away momentarily, not enough for any advance. So 2 for 3 night for Tejada.
Once again, leave it to Miguel Tejada. First at-bat of the night. He looked sick up there. He got jammed with a fastball, a little roller to the pitcher. Next time up, a single to right field, and this time up, oh, look at the old guy go. Look at the old veteran run.
Eyes got bigger as he saw it go to the wall.
Yep.
One out double.
Not bad for 36, huh?
He can play. Padres with 7 hits tonight off Rodrigo Lopez, 5 of them for extra bases, 2 home runs and 3 doubles. Gonzalez a single and 2 at bats. Chance pick up RBI number 80. That one hit the right center field, dying, and drops in for a hit. Tejada had to wait to make sure it wasn't caught. Moves to third on the second hit of the night for Gonzalez. So Tejada with 2 hits, now Adrian with 2, and here's Ryan Ludwig.
Well, from Miguel's vantage point, he had to hold up because the ball hit the right field. He wasn't really sure Upton was going to catch that ball, so he kind of hovers, moves up 90 feet. Nice little rally going here.
DJ Carrasco, acquired from the Pirates, getting ready, and we're going to have a visit to the mound.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks, having a little chat with Lopez. I mean, this is where the Padres can really stick it to the Diamondbacks and add on. Because you know that Kirk Gibson and Stottlemyre, they want to stick with Lopez as long as they can before they have to go to that bullpen.
Ludwig, the last time up, had runners the same 2, Tejada and Gonzalez aboard at first and second, and bounced into an around the horn double play. Like to make amends here. Chance to at least collect a 5th run on an out. Ludwig fly to left center and grounded into that double play. Runners at the corners, Tejada at third, Gonzalez at first. Well, a look at our scoreboard, leaderboard, brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your day started with their new Sunrise Tacos. Most hits allowed this year. Baltimore, Kansas City, 2 losing teams in the American, and the Pirates struggling again in the National. And then the Diamondbacks, 1,200 hits before tonight. And Ludwig would like to add to that count right now.
Absolutely. How about the Padres on the flip side? The fewest in Major League Baseball with 972. I tell you what, the Diamondbacks giving up 1,200 hits. That's the pitchers working on the stretch quite a bit now.
First and third, 1-1 on Ludwig.
Ooh, pretty good pitch.
That was close.
Yep.
Full mark has been tough all night.
This ball run back over the outside corner. Kind of tough to tell.
Catcher Montero pulling it over, framing it. Change up.
Nice. Very good pitch.
Workman-like right-hander, Lopez.
Circle change. And that ball splits the heart of the plate. Took just enough off.
Foul just off the glove of Montero.
Okay, we've seen hard stuff. We've seen soft stuff. Righty type finesse pitcher against the power right-handed hitter. Let's see what Montero puts down. Changeup? Nope, fastball away. Try to bring that two-seamer, backdoor that two-seamer.
And that's a line to right center for a base hit. Tejada will score. Gonzalez to third. Padres lead 5-0.
That is good hitting, yo.
56th RBI this year for Ryan Ludwig.
You could see the pattern from Lopez going down and away, down and away, down and away. I was really surprised he didn't throw him a changeup, that pitch. It looked like a pretty good pitch, but Ludwig taking it that way, exactly where it was thrown.
So that'll be it for Lopez, giving up 5 runs and is responsible for first and third with 1 out here in the 5th inning. And this pitching change brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. On Channel 4 San Diego is purely incidental. Mission Fed Pitcher Profile brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union with record-breaking member growth. Why don't you make your move and open an account tomorrow?
Oh, I'll make my move. Just you wait.
First and third for Carrasco. 1 out.
Okay, it's time for the Padres to make a big move and try to add on as Carrasco toes the rubber. A cutter, fastball, curve, slider, and a change. 5-pitch pitcher. And what in the Steve Bedrosian is going on with those stirrups?
I like it.
That is old school. Bedrock.
First and third with 1 out. A run in here in the 5th and a 5-0 San Diego advantage. Giants have built their lead to 7-2 in the 5th inning up north. Lays off the high fastball. Colorado and the Dodgers, National League West teams, have won. Might be one of those nights where all of the NL West teams do win except the loser of this game. 2-1. Headley lined a double to left center back in the 2nd and scored on Venable's 11th home run of the year. Chase then fly to left his last time. That would serve as a sacrifice fly tonight in this spot. Good slider. Well placed.
Now the fastball of Carrasco is going to be 90, 92-ish. That little slider is going to be like 82-ish. And also trying to run that cutter in on the hands of the left-handed hitter. There's that cut fastball. Just moving a little bit, maybe 6 or 8 inches on the same plane, trying to get in on the fists of Chase Headley.
Since coming over from Pittsburgh, Carrasco has hardly wowed Arizona fans. 8 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 9 runs, 11 hits. But he gets Headley to chase. Strike 3. High riding fastball. Carrasco in 8 2/3, 9 hits, 11 runs, 5 of those earned as a D-back. And on the season, he's 2-2 overall with a 4.06 ERA. 2 out to Torrealba. He's grounded out and popped on a bunt try and fouls this one back toward us, out of play. One out double by Tejada. Moved to third on Gonzalez single and scored on Ludwig's single for the Padres' 5th run. Ground ball to short. Drew will go the short way, and the inning is over. So Carrasco restores some order as the Padres had another run on 3 hits and leave 2. We're on to the 6th inning at Petco. 5-0 Padres. For 2011, placing a $125 non-refundable deposit for any of next year 2011 season tickets. You can guarantee your 2010 Padre postseason tickets and will receive 3 complimentary games this year. 2011 season tickets went on sale earlier this week. Call 619-795-5555. Place your deposit. Representatives are standing by tonight. Chris Young, 2-0 the count, leading off the 6th inning. 3-0. 4 walks tonight by Clayton Richard to go with 7 strikeouts. He's allowed only 3 hits. Working on a shutout here in the 6th inning.
Well, he's done a fine job to get himself out of trouble, huh?
High strike.
First inning could have been trouble. Second inning, 1, 2, 3, and then again trouble in the 3rd. But he's made a big pitch when he's really needed to.
And again in the 5th, he left 2 men on base, but he walks the leadoff man, Chris Young, number 5. Base on balls for Richard, and that'll bring up Adam LaRoche. 90 pitches. That's not a good ratio. 50 strikes, 40 balls. He went into the 7th inning in Chicago last Wednesday did Clayton Richard, and 6 2/3 innings, allowed only 1 run and 7 hits. Walked 2, struck out 2. Tonight, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, just the opposite. LaRoche takes ball 1. Struck out and flied to center.
Well, might see some action in that Padre bullpen now as Darren Balsley goes out to try to settle down his left-hander.
He works quickly, and when he gets in a little trouble, then he really gears it up, and he wants to get that ball and throw it right away. Ernesto Frieri, the right-hander, starts to loosen up.
You know, sometimes when I talk about pitchers rushing a little bit, how the body gets in front of the arm and starts to drag a little bit and work uphill. Well, when that happens also, you don't have time to finish it off. So that's maybe one of the things Darren Balsley was talking about, staying back, slow it down a little bit, and finish off your pitches and work it downhill. Like I tell you every day, Mr.
Oh, I've been doing it too.
Got to work downhill.
That's what I try to do. I even like to walk downhill.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's easier.
Take a cab back uphill.
Your advice is so well taken.
Hubba hubba.
That's it's life. If you're doing well,
working ahead,
you're doing good, as my old friend Al McGuire would say. Walk downhill. Off speed has LaRoche out in front of the slider. Out of play. The Reds keep climbing back against San Francisco, down 7-2. They've just rolled a 3, 7-5. Top of the 5th. They're still at the plate. Brandon Phillips with a 2-run homer. In the dirt, good block by Torrealba. Going back to that little note we had in the pregame show tonight, a lot of fans may not have been with us early on, that the Padres are the only National League team with 100 home runs and 100 steals.
Yep.
They have some power and certainly have some speed and some theft in their heart. The White Sox in Tampa Bay in the American League, and the Padres in the National. Swat and a swipe.
Absolutely. It's a great combination to have.
No steals tonight. And when they do, they're 47-11. Swung on weakly and missed. Slow curveball gets LaRoche for the 8th strikeout tonight.
Nice down and away as well. Takes the pop out of that battle. LaRoche, a bad looking swing, a great looking pitch.
Three throws away from 100 tonight, Richard, as he faces Mark Reynolds, struck out and walked. Tomorrow night, folks, 7:05, Wade LeBlanc against left-hander Joe Saunders. Thursday afternoon, it's Correa and Ian Kennedy. And Friday night, the Phils come in, Latos and Oswald. Strike 2.
You notice Reynolds on that last pitch, even though that ball was a legitimate strike, inner third, but yet he kind of moved his feet a little bit and straightened himself up. Looks like he doesn't like that pitch in. And that was a legitimate strike.
Wastes one upstairs, 1-2. On pace for another 40-plus home run year, Reynolds, and certainly on pace for that line drive at Venable. Oh, a clothesline. Out as Reynolds hit that one hard and had enough topspin to keep it in the ball yard.
I don't think anybody else could hit the ball any harder than Mark Reynolds did just right there. My goodness. This ball is scalded.
1001. Well, let's slow down.
Yeah.
It's like 2 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sound of the bat, sound of the glove became one. 2 out. Montero takes it outside. I started to say that Reynolds on pace for a 40-plus home run year, but also seems a certainty to strike out more than 200 times again. Tied him up with a high fastball. Montero has struck out and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play.
Pretty good pitch.
2 out, leadoff walk. Chris Young, he's still at first here in the 6th. Slow, 82, slider. Montero well out in front. Pitch away from strikeout number 9, Clayton Richard. And the count 3-2. You saw him acknowledge Adrian Gonzalez, who said, hey, I'm playing behind the runner now over here at first. Swept foul.
Clayton Richard, we talked about the pitch count now to 107. Well, the strikeouts 8. Also 9 3-ball counts. That's working some deep counts.
Ground ball to second. Hairston there for the easy out. So Clayton Richard through 6 innings, a 3-hit shutout. And we go to the home half of the 6th. Padres in front by 5. Will Venable, who's been in the thick of some heavy action tonight, leads it off, a home run with a man on. He walked and scored and made the top defensive play, a diving catch to rob Ryan Roberts of extra bases back in the 2nd inning. Carrasco in relief. Ball 1. Came in with runners at first and third in the 5th inning and pitched out of further trouble, getting Headley to strike out and Torrealba to ground out. 2-0. Venable, one thing we've seen his growth as a hitter this year being so much more patient, not chasing balls that he did in May, April. Three and one. Number 77 on the hill, Carrasco. Strike 2, high strike.
I wonder what the significance of that is. Maybe we'll have to ask one of the Diamondback announcers. If
maybe it's 14 he likes, so 2 sevens.
Nice.
77 on his back with the high stirrups. He looks like someone went out. We found this kid out there, you know, out in the desert. Brought him in here. Ripped into right field for a base hit, and Venable having himself a big night. Another good swing. And talk about good swing. How about a cold hard blast brought to you by Coors Light, world's most refreshing beer, and Chris DeNorfia. Upper deck, where the muscle men live. 2-run homer for DeNorfia. 4th inning. His 9th of the season. And didn't homer until July. So July and August, 9 home runs for this amazing story. He also was grounded out tonight. Slider on the outside corner. Scott Hairston's in the on-deck circle, so Clayton Richard may have worked his last inning. Apparently so. Just missed the outside edge.
So Carrasco, knowing that DeNorfia likes the fastball, first pitch was down and away, second pitch was an off-speed pitch. Man, those guys in the bullpen, they watch the game, they keep tabs on what's going on down there, what pitches are thrown.
Slider on the inside corner, 1-2. Leadoff single, Venable at first. He was inching his way out to take a bigger lead.
Now remember that cutout at first base, where that angle is, where the grass goes straight. See the curve on the left where it goes at a 90-degree angle? That's 17 feet. So, to give you an idea, go in the garage, get your dad's toolbox, and get the Stanley tape measure out. And seriously, if you're in your living room, measure out 17 feet. That'll give you an idea how far away these guys are from the bag at first base.
Leaving him only 73 feet from the base that's ahead to steal. Hey, it's a matter of simple mathematics, isn't it? That when they designed the forefathers of this game, this whole layout, 90 feet between bases, and yet somehow came up with 60 feet 6 inches for the rubber. That the game of inches is played even here in the amount of lead that you take. Difference between out or safe at second base. There he goes. Popped up. Shortstop Drew out. Roberts comes in, and it's Roberts, the left fielder. And Venable returns to first base. Scott Hairston for Clayton Richard. So Richard goes 6 innings of shutout ball, only 3 hits. The only negative was he walked 5, struck out 8, but another outstanding effort by the left-hander from McCutcheon, Indiana. He's a horse.
Yes, he is. And you know what? Like a lot of these Padre pitchers, he works extremely hard to get prepared each and every 5th day to get on that hill.
With a football mentality.
There's the big left-hander.
Scott Hairston, 219. Been a very tough August for him. Can't buy a hit, and then in Milwaukee he hits one that looks like a sure double to left, and Ryan Braun makes the catch of the series to rob him. Average down to 219. One out here in the last of the 6th. Venable again with his lead. Strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Off speed slider. Looks like Scott's working on a little early stages of a beard here.
Hey, trying to change things up, right? You know how superstitious these players are.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe if I let the beard grow and then
I'll shave it when I get a couple of hits. I'd like to see you in a beard. I'm not that you're in a slump. Not that you're in a slump. Runner goes, and Venable has that ball skip on into center field, and he can't advance. And he now with his 25th steal of the year to lead the Padres.
Well, there's your swipe, Professor.
2 swats tonight, and now a swipe.
And the speed of Venable as Montero airmails this one to center field. It's a 2-hopper to the center fielder. And hey, it's another King Stallman stolen base for Will Venable.
How about his night? Great defensive play, a 2-run homer, a walk and scored, a single, and a stolen base. Wearing his stolen base total now on his uniform. And down goes Hairston. Second strikeout for Carrasco. And brother Jerry Hairston steps in. A double, a line out to center, and a pop up to second. The Giants, they let Cincinnati creep closer, then they score 3. So it's now 10-5 San Francisco.
Still a lot of baseball left, though. They're in the 5th inning up there at Alphabet Park.
Ripped to the first baseman, LaRoche. Good hands. And Hairston has hit the ball hard for outs twice tonight in tough luck. No runs a hit. Padres strand their 5th of the night. And Padres baseball brought to you by Subway. $5 footlongs taste like a fortune, but they're still just $5. So many favorites like that blazing buffalo chicken. $5. $5 all day now.
All day?
And every day. Subway.
Even tomorrow?
Eat fresh. My partner. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices? Go to Cox.com. Every day. Ernesto Frieri is the new pitcher for the Padres. Following Clayton Richard's 6 shutout innings, Frieri will face Roberts, the pitcher's spot, and leadoff man Stephen Drew. There are his numbers.
Hey, good chance for Big Earn to get some work with the 5-0 lead and let the other middle guys who usually work the 7th, like Luke Gregerson, get a little bit of a rest.
First pitch gets away and backs Roberts out of there. His line drive to left looked like extra bases until Venable shot into the gap and made a diving catch. That one really got away from Friari. Dangerously so. "15 innings, allowing 10 hits, 5 runs."
Last time out for Ernesto was Friday in Milwaukee. 2 solid innings. Couple of hits.
Snaps the glove of Torrealba with a strike on the outside corner. 2-2.
That's paint right there. Right on the outside corner. Nicely done.
Opposing hitters batting 185 against Friari this year. Got him. That'll bring up Ryan Church, the pinch hitter. And down in the box seat area, season ticket holders, Vice Chairman and CEO Jeff Morad. And we're just imagining, he just any questions about getting season ticket? Are you happy? What can we do better? And constantly trying to feel the pulse of the Padre community. And they brought lower prices, more opportunities to come see baseball at the second lowest average price in baseball. And they brought a first place product as well. Tough to beat that. I'm in, he's saying.
Absolutely.
Ryan Church is the pinch hitter. He came with Carrasco from the Pirates before the trade deadline. And the third player acquired by Arizona, Bobby Crosby, didn't make it. They released him today to bring up Ryan Roberts. And Church's average not too imposing either. Friari falls behind 3-0.
I think Ernesto Friari has got too good of stuff to really nitpick, especially in a game like this. He's got good enough stuff. Good running fastball. Throw the ball at the heart of the plate. Let the ball run.
You saw the movement on that fastball.
Nice and easy, free and easy. And Bud Black watching his every move.
Strike 2. That's a way to bounce back from 3-0.
Throw it there again. Challenge him.
Line drive, left field. But he misses with his pitch. He walks. What's the difference? Made him hit it.
That's right.
Only the 4th Arizona hit of the night, as we remind you that coming up is the San Diego Hyundai Dealers 7th inning Stretch Your Dollars. Get more MPG and the assurance of America's best warranty. Go to SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Drew has doubled in 3 trips tonight. Fly to fairly deep center field to open the game, grounded to short, and double to left. That was the ball that he hit on the left side, and Headley made a dive for it. It caromed off his glove into shallow center, and Drew hustled into second with a double. Bud Black before the game talking with the members of the media, praising Headley not only for the way he's been hitting the ball lately, but particularly on how well he's played third base. Making all the plays. And that was just a tough chance there, but he's diving in the dirt to try to deny. Late swing on that fastball.
That 92 from Frieri looks like 98. He's got a little bit of deception in that delivery. Ball jumps up on those hitters quickly. Plus throwing across his body helps hide that baseball a little bit.
Changeup that just missed the inside corner. The Padre pitching staff has to be the envy of so many teams. You think about down in the Arizona dugout and Kirk Gibson saying, you know, I've got a bullpen that's allowing 6 runs and an ERA of 6+. And the Padres just keep running out guys like Frieri that are so tough to hit.
They are the envy of all of baseball. Everywhere we go, first thing out of people's mouths, boy, how about that bullpen you guys got?
3-1. And that's fouled back. Frieri, since his first 10 or 11 appearances, has come down to earth. He was just throwing nothing but outs when he first came up from Portland. Touched up a little bit on the road. Single here with 1 out in the 7th, and the 3-2 coming up to Drew. Ground ball to third. Headley gets 1 there. Back to first, not in time. Well, the fans saw that one with their heart. Drew clearly beat it out. Safe on a fielder's choice.
Well, look at the slide at second base as the call at first base clearly safe at first. Looked like they got tangled up a little bit at second base.
Ooh. Oh, he really upended Jerry Hairston, did Ryan Church. Hairston's fine. 2 out.
Good slide. Church gets the knee in the helmet, and Jerry gets flipped. No intent. That's just a good slide.
Justin Upton tonight. Only 1 official at bat, 1 for 1. He's been on base all 3 times with a single and 2 walks. Young man with all the tools to be a longtime star with Arizona. High pop up. Gonzalez may have a play near the railing. Nope, back about 3 rows.
See, that guy should have brought his glove. That gentleman right there. He didn't bring his glove. He tried to barehand it. Cocktails.
He's having a good time.
Yes, he is.
Leave him alone, will you?
And now he's trying. Okay, yeah, I tried to two-hand it. Well, you know what? You didn't catch it, all right?
1-1 to Upton.
Tell you what, even though Ernesto Frieri doesn't, he doesn't throw 97, 98, but 92, 93 is good enough. He can be effectively wild at times. Remember the first pitch, him coming in, he nearly knocked Ryan Roberts back into the dugout. And there's another pitch that gets away from him.
3-1.
Torrealba, playing pitching coach here, saying, hey, keep that front shoulder tucked in there. It's flying open a little bit.
Drew at first base with 2 outs. 3-1. Barrels that fastball in there for another full count.
And then he paints one on the outside corner. Look at after 2 right at the belt buckle. Yeah, try swinging and hitting that one.
Too high. And once again, the Diamondbacks, for the 4th time in the game, have 2 men on in and unable to bring anyone home thus far. And Bud Black going to the mound, as that's the first walk from Frieri, and with left-handed hitting Kelly Johnson due up. The guess is that he's going to go to Joe Thatcher, the southpaw reliever, in the bullpen for San Diego. And this pitching change brought to you by San Diego Harley Davidson. Always country first. Face Kelly Johnson, brought to you by your local San Diego Ford dealers. The pitching profile of Thatcher. There in that pen to come in just this situation, the pitch to a left-handed batter. We were just chatting during that little commercial break that on a team that isn't playing well, that has a 5-0 lead, 2-1, you stay perhaps with the pitcher on the mound, Frieri. But when you have the luxury of such a talented bullpen, Bud Black can go out there and say, hey, we don't want to give them a chance here. Let's knock them out of this opportunity in the 7th inning. Go lefty against lefty.
Absolutely. And we know that Joe Thatcher he comes into a game and he'll face just that one guy. You get this left-hander out, and then you hold the Diamondbacks to no runs, and you've got 6 outs to go to seal the victory.
46th game appearance for Thatcher. And the pop foul coming back toward us. Out of play. 27 innings total on the season for Thatcher, allowing only 13 hits and 4 runs. And a 146 batting average.
Breaking ball. That's tough to hit, isn't it?
It is, because he just side wheels that thing from first base. You got to lock yourself in. Oh, my. I guess it curved around the plate. A little low.
Yep.
Johnson up, 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 the count. Got him. Slider spinning off the plate, and Johnson chases it. Thatcher does his job well again. 2 more left by the Diamondbacks in the 7th. The game brought to you by Fan Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, visit fandiego.com. And for ceiling fans, go to Fan Diego. Those young tots will make you smile.
Oh, yeah. Look at the floppy lid on that youngster. Love that. It's a good look.
You bet. Ready for the home half of the 7th inning, and Miguel Tejada facing Blaine Boyer. Carrasco did a solid job. Inning and 2/3. Didn't allow any runs. Kept it at 5-0. Allowed only 1 hit and struck out 2.
Boyer throws a fastball, slider, curve, and a change.
Off the fist, rolled to second. And Tejada out for 3. He's 2 for 4 for the night. That brings up Adrian Gonzalez. He's 2 for 3. Padres playing a little, what we used to call dime store. Woolworths, 5 and 10.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
5 runs, 10 hits.
We had a Woolworths down in Joliet, Illinois.
Yeah,
downtown.
still got one, or they're closed up?
I think they've pretty much boarded up.
Yeah. I think there's one in Armada, Michigan, but I'm not sure if that one's still there.
You want to know what a big night was for the Grants?
What?
When my mom said, "I'm not cooking," and she used to give my dad $10, go to McDonald's. We're having McDonald's tonight. We fed a family of 5 for $10. Those were the days.
Shame that's not one of our sponsors, so they'd appreciate that. Another ground ball out to second.
Okay, we went to Los Primos.
You got it.
And we got monster burritos for
you
everybody.
just got a little, see your brain, it was so far back that you forgot that it might have been Subway that you spent, $5
My
all
mom
day.
said, "We're going to Subway." Blazing buffalo chicken sandwiches for everybody.
She was ahead of her time.
And back then they were 5 cents every day.
All day. Every day. Oh, my. 2 outs to Ryan Ludwig. He has an RBI single in 3 trips. Out of play. Will Venable tonight, the overall star with a home run, 2-run homer and a single, a walk, a stolen base. He's done that 4 times this year, hit a home run and stole a base in the same game. The only other player to do that was Scott Hairston. He did it once. 0-2. Double stairs, 1-2.
Upstairs by design. You could see that Montero was up and out of the crouch.
Strike 3 called. Ludwig caught looking. An impressive 1-2-3 inning for Boyer. And we go on to the 8th inning, still 5-0 Padres. Easy. Diamond Club members enjoying free stretch run admission, reserve seating, a program, and selected half-price concessions. So enjoy the action tomorrow. And surf meets the turf in Old Del Mar. Tim Stauffer comes in to work the 8th inning for the Padres. He'll face the middle of the order: Chris Young, Adam LaRoche, and Mark Reynolds. There are the numbers for Spike.
Yeah, this is one of the luxuries that you were mentioning, Dick, a couple innings ago, how the Padres can go to guys like Tim Stauffer. And it's no disrespect, because we know that Ferreira's got good stuff, and the numbers speak for themselves for Tim Stauffer. With the 5-0 lead, for Tim to get an inning of work or two and give Gregerson, Adams, and Bell a night off with the day off yesterday. It's nice going into this week with those guys rested.
High strike. So Frieri goes 2/3, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and Thatcher strikes out the one man he faces. Padres, who have been shut out only 6 times themselves all year, were looking for their 16th shutout. It would be a team effort today. 4th pitcher used by Bud Black, but Clayton Richard got it started well. 6 innings, no runs, only 3 hits. Struck out 8 and walked 5. Count goes full. We've had a lot of those tonight. 3-2 counts.
A lot of deep counts. But the bottom line, 5 in that column for SD.
Foul ball past third.
Hey, did you get a bite to eat back in the booth here? Our friends from Craves and Shades brought us some sandwiches. Thank you very much. Second time they've done that.
High pop up. Shallow in center. DeNorfia cruising in. 1 away. Adam LaRoche, 2 strikeouts and a fly to center, is the next hitter for the D-backs.
Putting the shift on. How about Tim Stauffer? The velocity up to 94. That's good to see.
Yeah, he's worked his arm strength up since the appendectomy. We're talking about Vesuvius, this being the day that it erupted back in the year 79. It's the first time this date in 63 that the Little League World Series was televised on ABC Wide World of Sports, and Granada Hills beat Stratford, Connecticut 2-1 in the championship game. So
very cool.
John Garland, Granada Hills high school area.
Well, that's become such a big deal, huh? I mean, you talk about the press, and of course with Chula Vista taking the crown last year.
2-2. He got him. He knew it. That is the 11th Diamondback to go down on strikes tonight. A curveball caught him looking. A reminder, folks, to stay tuned for the Sequan Casino postgame show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Sequan Casino, San Diego's vacation getaway. Jenny Kavnar and Bob Scanlon standing by to chew on this interesting game at Petco tonight. Good pitching, good defense, a couple of home runs for the Padres. Ground ball to short. Tejada across to Gonzalez. A 1-2-3 inning for Tim Stauffer. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Padres leading 5-0. 4:30. 6:30. We're back on Pacific Coast time, right?
I can show up at 4:30 if you want.
Well, we'll be here, but the show doesn't start till
gotcha.
6:30. That's what makes it such a good show. So much time is spent before rehearsing and getting ready.
That's right.
So 6:30, the pregame show tomorrow night, brought to you by the 9 Honda dealers of San Diego County. Check out the latest offers on a brand new Honda Accord. 8th inning, 4th pitcher used by Kirk Gibson is Jordan Norberto. And the first pitch swinging, Chase Headley skies one to left field. He just missed that one. Wow, that was up there.
Yes, it was.
One pitch, one out. So Headley 1 for 4, a double tonight. Yorvi Torrealba 0 for 3. Well, Norberto is symbolic of the problems of the last place Arizona Diamondbacks this year. 25 appearances. He's 0-2 with an ERA just under 7. Primarily used to pitch to left-handers and just haven't been able to get many of them out. And Gibson in a 5-0 game here. Last of the 8th figures. Let's see what you can do for a full inning.
Well, they've had it rough in that bullpen, and to put some numbers to those. Diamondbacks have had 10 relievers this year with an ERA above 6. They're not going to win many ball games that way, folks. Only the Red Sox of 2005 had more. They had 11.
Count goes to 3-0. Well, an example, the starting pitcher tonight, Rodrigo Lopez, the last time he pitched on Wednesday against Cincinnati, he left the game with a 7-2 lead, and the Reds get 4 in the 8th and 4 in the 9th and beat the Diamondbacks. And he leaves with a 5-run advantage, pitching well. 3-1 now to Torrealba. Will Venable on deck with maybe his best night of the entire season. 2 hits, a walk, 2 runs scored, 2-run homer, and the outstanding defensive play. Torrealba on with a walk. And here is Will Venable, the Prince from Princeton. Homer to right field, number 11 with a man on to get the scoring started back in the 2nd inning. Then in the 4th, he walked just ahead of Chris DeNorfia's long home run for 4-0. Takes a strike. The 5th run scored in the 5th, a double by Tejada and a couple of singles. Brian Ludwig knocking in the run. And Will, understandably, has had more success on the season against right-handed pitching and often platooned. See how he does against the left-hander, Norberto.
See if he thinks left field here. Take the ball the other way.
2 balls and a strike. 1 out. Torrealba at first. DeNorfia on deck. Good fastball.
Yeah. Challenged him, 94, right down the middle.
Got him. And that is the 100th time this year that Venable has struck out. The first Padre to hit the century mark, and I mentioned that not to rub it in to Venable, but just to point out how much more selective Padre hitters have been throughout the year against a team, Arizona, that has 5 men who have struck out 100 or more.
Randy Reddy, the hitting coach for the Padres, has really made a point to preach to his hitters, quality at bats, putting the ball in play.
DeNorfia takes it in the dirt, grounded to short. Hit a long home run, upper deck left field. His 9th of the year, 9th of the last 2 months, and he flied to left. Lays off the inside fastball. 2-0. Slider in there. Luis Durango, should Denorfia keep it going, would bat next in the pitcher's spot. Three and one. He had a couple of walks and a single in Milwaukee on Sunday and a stolen base.
Had a great day.
Another walk. So Norberto walking both Torrealba and Denorfia, and that gives the Durango Kid a chance.
I'm glad Chris Denorfia had a patient at bat, allowing Luis Durango to get an at bat. He's fun to watch. It'll be especially fun to watch against the left-hander if he puts the ball in play, how quick he is out of that box from the right side. Love that. No batting gloves, choking up. Double ear flaps.
Watch out.
Look out.
That was a mean one. That almost got the on-deck hitter, and down went Hairston, Jerry Hairston, not taking any chances. Right at you. Whoa.
Whoa.
Hairston was a touch late getting down out of that precarious spot. He's backing off a little bit now. Regular speed, UB Hairston.
Wow. Look out now.
Is that scary?
Oh, man.
Ground ball right side, and Johnson is there and throws him out. Nothing for the Padres in the eighth. Couple of walks, and they leave two, and we're on to the ninth inning. It'll be Montero, Roberts, and a pinch hitter for the pitcher against another relief pitcher for San Diego. Light breeze, completion of a very warm day in Southern California. Mighty pleasant night, though, here off the ocean. Edward Mujica comes in the ninth inning to try to complete a 5-pitcher shutout. It would be the 16th of the season for San Diego. Mujica's ERA 3.42 is the highest ERA in the bullpen that is the best in the major leagues. The Padre pitching, you just can't understate it or express it enough. They lead the majors total ERA. They lead the majors in relief pitching ERA 2.79 and in home ERA 2.84, and they're going for a shutout tonight. First pitch strike to Montero. Gerardo Parra, left-handed hitter, is on deck. Would bat for Ryan Roberts. Missed with a fastball.
Well, we've heard of Cal Ripken Jr. being the man of 1,000 stances. How about Edward Mujica, the man of 1,000 mustaches? He's got the double check mark going.
High fly ball hit well to right center field. Denorfia going back, and makes the catch against the wall. Oh my, a 400-foot out off the bat of Montero. And that close to breaking the shutout bid of the Padres.
He just missed that ball. Good extension from Montero. Flash look. Warning track. Just missed from going into the cat box out there.
That breeze that we saw rippling the flag of California might have been just enough to keep it in the friendly confines of Petco Park, or unfriendly as it may be to hitters. Friendly to this great pitching staff. Good looking fastball there to Parra. Roberts robbed of a hit by Venable in left field, and a line drive struck out twice, and now Parra to bat for Roberts. And he falls behind 2 strikes. Parra with a .239 average. 3 home runs. Hits that one to left field, slicing toward Venable. He's got it. A couple balls hit well by the Diamondbacks off Mujica, but they're down to their final out. And the pinch hitter will be Augie Ojeda. So 3 pinch hitters in a row used here in the 9th inning. Check that, 2. After the long out by Montero, the line drive out by pinch hitter Parra, and now Ojeda. Standing in the way of this shutout bid. Takes a fastball outside. Switch hitter Ojeda from the left side has struggled. 119. Right-handed, he's batting .308. Left-handed, only 5 hits and 42 at bats. 1-1. Just off the edge. Mujica thought he had a strike.
Well, I look at this game as a whole, and I looked at the bullpen. With the 5-0 lead, Buddy Black has managed the bullpen to where he leaves Gregerson, Adams, Bell, a couple days off, yesterday and today. He gives Thatcher a third of an inning, Frieri, Mujica, and Stauffer some work.
Line drive, base hit by Ojeda, so he hadn't collected many of those from the left side, but drives that one. So all 3 men facing Mujica have hit the ball hard. 2 of them making out. Ojeda with the 5th hit of the night for the D-backs. That brings up Stephen Drew, a double in 4 at bats. No, that's the good news all around. Should Mujica finally get that last out, that he's been able to give Frieri and Thatcher and Stauffer and Mujica some work out of the pen after Richard goes 6 shutout innings, and the big 3 out there are available. Defensive indifference, and Ojeda takes second base. There with a DI. And that gives Drew a chance to spoil the shutout on a base hit. Oh, and 2, and the Diamondbacks down to their last strike. A changeup had Drew out in front. This crowd of 20,075 on a Tuesday night wants to see the final out. overpowered that pitch. A fastball well out of the strike zone at 95. It remains 1-2. And another foul off to the left.
You can see what Edward is trying to do. Keep the ball away from Drew. Hoping for a fly ball to left field to end this thing.
That facial hair go looks like a check mark on each side. This kind of little check mark reminder. Like to check out right here. And may be able to do it. Mujica has to make the play. He does. And the Padres win it 5-0. Stamp it in the book. Shutout number 16. Richard, Frieri, Thatcher, Stauffer, Mujica combine for a 5-hit shutout tonight. Home runs, 2-run jobs by Venable and Denorfia. Well enough. Mission accomplished.